for joining us and welcome to Break the Clock. We even have some chefs in the house. My good boy, my good friend, the Matador, is cooking up some good ground turkey for everybody so they can eat healthy and well. And I am Gerald DuBose. We are here on this Monday evening. We are also joined by Mr. Adam Tech himself. My good brother Adam from South Carolina is here on camera with us. And what we are talking about today was Millionaire Monday. Unfortunately, the guest we had originally planned is unavailable this evening, so we had to do a bit of a switch around and just to adjust. But you know, one monkey doesn't stop a show, so we are going to keep this thing going. Today we are having Millionaire Monday, so where we usually talk to millionaires and things of that nature about how they got where they got, so you guys can get some information from them. So well, we don't have those people here today. I am willing to still steer this ship, and we are going to keep going. You know, if you guys have any questions about business, entrepreneurship, how you take your business to the next level, I am open and willing to fully engage with you in that endeavor. For you all that don't know me or watching this on the replay, I am Gerald DuBose. My company is The New Wealth Order, where we help entrepreneurs elevate their business through developing a winning culture and implementing value-driven sales and marketing systems to increase productivity and profitability. That is who I am. That is what I do. And we are ready to rock and roll. Yes, Adam is in South Carolina. Adam, you have a question here from Miss Wendy Wells. She says, where are you in South Carolina?
Myrtle Beach area.
Okay, awesome. Adam, why don't you tell the people what you do just so they know who you are live here and watching on replay? You can tell them a little bit about yourself, my good friend.
I'm a software developer. Mainly make software for service companies like landscapers, pest control companies, stuff like that. Small business, just so they can utilize mobile and they can have, tools handy, readily available to them. So.
Okay, awesome. All right, great. And our resident chef for the evening, the Matador himself, Mr. Matt Sherman. If you would like to tell the good people who you are, what you do, so they can know who's on screen with them.
Yeah, my name is Matt Sherman. I'm a student at Arizona State University, doing a few projects. One of them is a mobile application development startup, and we're developing apps to really connect people, really in particular networking at events. And I'm also doing the Blab Academy, and yeah, we're excited about a Kickstarter that we're preparing to launch in the next few months. So that's kind of what I have going on. How's it going, Angel?
Hi, Angel, and we also have Wendy, and we have Jamie, and we have the Swag Queen TV just came in the building. So we are talking about how you take your business to multi-million-dollar businesses. So this is a big deal for a lot of people. You know, they all are looking to increase their money and how they grow their business. Now, the challenge is for a lot of people, they don't really have good foundation to grow the business. So that is one of the first things we would like to talk about. If anybody has any questions, I am open. I am right here for you. Swag Queen, if you'd like to jump in and ask a question, by all means do. If you are over here in the sidebar, if you are in our side chat, if you would like to ask a question, please type / and the letter Q. It will pop the question up over here. We can find it much easier, and that way we are able to facilitate this conversation so much more smoothly and effectively answer your questions in a timely manner. So let's just get to it. Adam, you have any? Okay, there you go. Max giving you guys an example. Okay. Angel Hill TV says she would like to know what you believe is the best way to build passive income on the internet. Okay. Best way to build passive income on the internet. That's a very good question. I would say you would want to maybe do do you have a product or service? Let me ask that first, because I'm always for building your own product or service first before you go do somebody else's. So there are several ways to build passive income. So if you have a product or service, my thing would be you build your own format to do that. I'm waiting for Angel to reply, and Wendy has another question over here. So, Angel, do you have your own product, or are you using, or do you have your own product or service to market? Is my first question to you before I go further into that.
I'm typing it out.
Okay. Well, she hasn't replied yet. I'll wait for her to reply. Oh, I have a show and a lot of content I have developed and not yet put out there for business coaching and personal development. Okay, so if you want to do that, obviously, one, you have to build your online presence, and that is finding the best social media platform that works well for you. You know, I'm not an advocate for, yes, I am definitely a coach. Yes, I am. I am not an advocate for throwing stuff against the wall, seeing if it sticks. I am for very much having a plan of how you want to attack it. No offense to Blab, but since they are not monetizing Blab, is okay. We have a lot of questions going on. I'm going to deal with Angels, and we'll get right back to it. You have 14,000 followers on Facebook. Angel, would you like to jump in? This may be an easier conversation to have face to face. And okay, you can't right now. Okay, but you have 14,000 followers, and they all see me as a business coach and personal development person already. Okay, so what is the challenge? Are you having problems monetizing the relationship? Is that what your question is? Oh, you have no content monetized. Okay. So what I would have to say is, one, we need to look at, you built on your own income, the business, it brought my belly to belly before now. Oh, absolutely. Now, your offline marketing is just as important as your online marketing. However, if you're trying to build a passive income online, you do have to, one, find a place to house the content. Number two, you have to have a funnel in place or a system in place. I don't like putting people in funnels. So let me clarify that. You have to have a system in place where people are able to track and be able to come to your content when you retain their information. So you need to develop a very good system to drive people to your market, to your landing page. Do you have you ever done Twitter ads, Facebook ads, any of those things? You're building a website and social media channels. Okay. Facebook for once a month. Okay. Well, my suggestion to you would be to build that type of stuff up. And we have the Robert C. Stern that just came in the house. I must greet my brother. Always good to see Mr. Robert C. Stern in the house. And Robert can even jump in on this question. I know he'll jump in because that's my brother, and I know he has something to say. This is the social leader. I will give him a bit of a grandiose introduction.
Horrible here tonight.
I will give him a bit of a grandiose introduction, even though I know he has an introduction for himself. For any of you all that have not met him, this is Robert C. Stern, the social leader himself.
What's up, Matt?
Yeah, he is a great guy when it comes to talking about building your platforms on social media. He's a social media coach and strategist. Would you say, Robert?
Yes.
Okay. And if you're looking to take your business to the next level through social media and build anything online, you definitely want to get to know Mr. Stern. Welcome, Robert. And please, I think I introduced you pretty well, but you know.
Actually did pretty good. I'm surprised.
Hey, man. Look, how long have we been around each other now?
You would make a good MC.
So what we were talking about actually right before you came in, so this is perfect. But Angel had just asked the question, if you want to, he wants to know the best way to earn passive income on the internet. She has a lot of content, but she has not been able to monetize it. She already has 14,000 followers on Facebook, but her content is not been monetized as of yet. So she was
Well, the
asking
first
for
question you got to ask, just to know, because it's a generic situation, is what is the content?
Does she want to jump in? I'll jump out. That way she can
Yeah,
ask
she
it.
can't jump in right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she can even just type it. What type of content, what type of business are we
Go ahead,
talking
Matt.
about? Because, see you, Matt. Great seeing you. Yeah, I actually got a little Fitch showing up in about 3-4 minutes here.
Okay, cool.
Because remember, I'm in LA,
I know.
and we got a live Fitch slapping going on tonight.
Oh, I can't wait,
On
man.
the
It's going to be
podcast
great.
is live tonight.
Yeah,
Business
so
personal development focused on people, what they love. All right,
Go
Angel.
again. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah,
Talk to
listen, Angel, as a service-oriented business, when you're talking business coaching and personal development, first of all, it's human to human. It's not just business people you're going after. So the first thing I would tell you right away is, listen, you got to be on Facebook. I would definitely be on Instagram. And if you're not doing live streaming, we need to get you the equipment to do it, because it's a service-based industry, and that people need to see you and hear you and get to know you. And by them putting that content out besides your blog and referring people through live streaming to the blog, whether it's Periscope or Blab or any of the others, it's a great way to get people focused towards them. Yeah, I definitely got to get it done now. You need to have that camera set up. You need to have the situation going on, and we definitely need a better picture on your profile than the snow girl. I like Christmas, but we got to get a nice looking photo, professional, nice a headshot for you, and you want to spread your knowledge. Bottom line, you want to spread the knowledge of what you have.
And
did you want to say something, Matt?
Well, one thing she said that you missed earlier, she said she already has 14,000 followers on Facebook.
And how did you get them?
That's a great question.
How did you get the 14,000 followers if you're not giving out your content as well?
Yeah,
and I'm praying you're not going to tell me one certain phrase.
Because you can utilize 14,000 followers, or but it is, or you can do the exact same thing how you got them. Just do that to get more.
Yeah, I was going to say, because somebody should be buying. If you got 14,000, you have to look at it from just a basic perspective. Is 1% penetration at the worst if you're doing any marketing. So at 14,000 followers, that's 140 people, and 140 people should be.
All right, so she's saying she invested her time, put a lot of heart and soul. Well, and connecting with influencers. What are they following you on? I mean, where are these followers? What platforms? Is it blogging? Facebook? It's all on Facebook page?
Yeah, she said she had 14,000 on Facebook.
But what did you, Angel, what did you put your heart and soul into? Like what did they follow you for? You put your heart and soul into something, but what was that?
Oh, I got a better question.
Yeah. Go for it.
You have 14,000 followers. You put your heart and soul into your content to build that following. It's all involved with fitness. Okay. So the question I have is, did you use any call to actions to get them to your website to actually buy something? Or are you just putting out content deliverably over and over and over that people are learning? Because at some point you need to put a CTA in, or in my case, an ETA, to get engagement and everything. You're just building, not monetizing. All right. Well, this is what you need to do, Angel. Now you need to literally look what's popping in behind my head. We're going to get a photo bomb. It's Tim Gillette.
A rock and roll coach.
Yes, I'm in LA, Matt.
Yeah.
All right. So what you need to do is start putting some monetizing features in where you're going to get them to go to your page. It's great to have 14,000 followers on Facebook, Angel, but I'm going to give you the other side of the coin. What do you do if Facebook closed down tomorrow? Besides cry. Okay. So Angel, do you have a web page? Do you have your own web page? You're building it now. Good. With what you're building, you need a block window to come up every time somebody new visits your webpage. And I think you can do it where somebody new every 10 days it pops up as soon as they're. And basically, you want to give out, and this is a way to get them to put their email address and maybe their name. Get the basics. You don't need like every little detail about their life, but their email, their name. It's up to you if you want to ask for a phone number. I don't usually go that route. But you put their email and name in, and you are going to send out to them monthly a newsletter because you have all this amazing content, and it's a free newsletter. So, hey, Austin. So by having a free, I know, yeah, my lighting's a little off. So by doing a free newsletter, people will sign up, and it's more content, and you can regurgitate some of the content from the past and come up with new. But what happens is now you have their email. By having that email in that list, you just created another way to monetize through them. So once a month, you literally send out a newsletter. It could be a 1-page newsletter. It could be a 2-page newsletter. It could be whatever you want. And you put call to actions in there, literally. Why they should be working with you. Bonuses, specials, webinars, all these things that you can be involved in that you can monetize. Listen, you can do a specialty webinar on fitness, on how to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, and it's a webinar with giving her, and charge them $25 each to go to the webinar.
Right. And
again, if Gerald just said, if you had 140 people that turned around and did a $25 a pop, hello.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a webinar.
And even if you get 0.5% of penetration, that'd still be 70. And 70 times 25, you do that 4 weeks, you are making a pretty decent income for yourself. So
there you go. How to keep weight off during the holidays. That's a great one.
Yep. See, and this is what we're doing, and this is why we're doing this. We had so many new people join the room. Angel, did that answer your question? Because you're trying to make passive income. The one thing I will add to what the great Robert Stern just gave you is that in order to get to passive income, you have to put in the work first. So you have to get those landing pages. You have to get capture the emails. You have to develop the other campaigns. So passive people think is, hey, I just put something up and then it's done. No, passive happens because you put in the work first, and then the work recurs over and over and over again because you did build the proper channels and the proper system so that the money can continue to come.
And I would also say, when it comes to building a passive income, don't focus on the word passive. Focus on the word first, passion, and do something you're passionate about, and then try to make that passive if you want. But if you try to do it just for the money, like just so you can make a living through passive income, and you don't do something you're really passionate about, you're going to quit. You're going to give up. So make sure you do something that you love, that you love to do, and maybe generate passive income off that. Cool. Great, Angel.
Absolutely.
I would focus, get that website up as fast as possible, and then start converting them over. Get them over to you to get their email address, and start coming up with some CTAs of why they should be working with you, as in not just why, but what they can be doing to work with you.
Exactly. And
is it a webinar for money? Is it coaching services one-on-one? Is it a group coaching program that you could turn around and charge $199 for the next 10 weeks, 1 hour a week? They come into a group coaching program. Just come up with ideas and things like that. And that's your call to actions right there.
Yep. That's what I was going to say.
Now all of a sudden you'll be making more money.
Yep. You just have to give them the
benefit. Where are you out of? Ontario, Canada.
Ontario, Canada. Phenomenal.
Yeah, that's why in Ontario.
Okay, great. Well, I'm glad that helped, Angel. So you have some takeaways there where you can move forward to be able to.
I got another photo bomb.
You got another photo bomb. Well, hello.
I'm just getting off the lab now. Vicky just got here. She's in the parking lot. So
okay, cool.
I got to bump off because we got our 7:30 Fitch slapping going on. Adam knows about it.
Yeah.
So I got to get off. I got to get dinner going, and then we got to get ready for the podcast.
Okay, cool. Thanks so much, Mr. Robert C. Stern.
Definitely 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. If you guys want to watch Vicky attempt to try to hit me.
Wait, and Robert, what team are we on?
You
What
guys
team
are
should
all
we all be
Team
on?
Robert,
Okay, we're
Take
all
that,
team
guys.
Robert.
except for Adam. Adam keeps staying red, but he always showing up on my stuff. So we understand. He's just being nice to her. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right, later, Robert. Great.
Hey, Robert.
Cool. So I'm glad we got you that help, Angel. I'm glad we were able to help you out there. Just take the steps and come back and let us know how it works out. Because with every plan, it's about having the objective be solid, but the approach has to always be flexible. Just remember that as you begin to build that process. So anybody else have any questions? We had a lot of questions earlier. Matt has a question. Go ahead, Matt.
I do. How would you say what would be the best pricing model or revenue model for an app? Or an app development company? What are different ways an app development company is able to make money? In your
Different
opinion,
ways an app development company is able to make money.
Yeah.
That is a great question, Matt. I am new to the app space. I don't have a lot of background in the app space, but if you have Adam who is in that space, I'll let Adam relate to that, and I'll just give basic general business stuff that I do know. I can give you that, but in that space, I'm not very familiar with the space. Go ahead, Adam.
Well, I was going to say the two, basic ones were the advertising and the subscription. If you can figure out a subscription base, of course you have the one time as well, but advertisement model. A lot of people seem to make a lot of money using the advertising model. But again, marketing and advertising. But I don't know. I haven't done any really good polls on it and stuff to see which difference is which is better.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no worries.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say the two models I know that people make money through apps wait, you asked about how to price it though, right? Or are you talking about how to monetize it?
So, I'll tell you how we're already monetizing it and see, and maybe there's things that I'm missing, Adam or Gerald. So we want it to be a free app, but have a 14-day trial, and then once that, it directs you to an in-app purchase, to a subscription on our website. You can only use it through a subscription, $2 or $3 a month. And we also want to have events once a year to that we are about connecting people. So we want to connect people at our events. So it's through subscription, let's say $3 a month, and events once a year. Are we missing anything? Because we want to attract investors. And if they ask how you making money, we need to have
I would always say now, I do know now. Now you're talking my language when you start talking about how investors look at it.
Yeah, I'm talking. This is about
investors. Now they want to look at you should have at least 3 to 4 ways you're monetizing it. So ads is another thing, like you said, initially giving away free is a great way to drive subscriptions and membership. Once those numbers are up there, then you can bring the advertisers in because people are willing to pay for ads because you have enough people. And then, like you said,
and sponsors too.
Yeah, you're doing the
that's
and that's the last one I was about to give, and Adam's right there. So you got the ads, you got the sponsorships. You also have the memberships at the actual subscription base, and then you have your events. So now you have 4 ways that you're monetizing it, and that looks good to an investor. If you can tell them on your cash flow statement, which is the most important thing in your business plan. Everything else to an investor looks nice, but if that cash flow statement is jacked up, doesn't matter, because we don't understand how the money's going in, how the money's coming out, and how we're going to get our money back. So that out of everything else, the mission statement, all that other stuff, nice, but the cash flow statement, very important. So
absolutely,
I want to welcome Mr. Bill. How do I say your last name, Bill?
Slace.
I just want to make sure I don't want to mess up anybody's name because they mess up mine plenty enough. So Bill, welcome, brother. Not the first time I've seen you. Good to hear you. Good to see and hear you again.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
I had a couple of questions.
Right.
I just purged my Facebook because I want to use it a different way. Back in 2009 or 10, I was all about getting as many friends as I can, but now it's kind of like, since, I've been doing this online entrepreneurial type stuff, I kind of wanted to bring things in. Am I still there?
Yeah, you're still here.
Okay. I kind of wanted to pay more attention to, I guess, people that I really know, or people who would speak offline, but then I guess start adding people like you guys. So I purged it down from 1,200 to about 59 people the other day. What would be the best way to do the same thing with an email list?
To purge your email list?
Yeah.
Well, one, open a new account. Two, have it for a very specific landing page so that way these people that join that list are all part of that same sub-segment. So you don't have to try to go through and figure out who came from where and from what, and trying to figure out how you connected with them. You know that when it comes to this one email, it came through this one system. So you drive all the traffic through that, and that's how you can develop that system. That's the one thing I would advise if you're looking at that. And I know Matt has something. Matt's getting ready to go. So thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. So that's what my tip would be for that.
Okay.
Okay, Adam.
My other.
How much?
Oh, go ahead, Adam. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say I got a jet. So, but thanks for having me on, Gerald.
All right. No problem, brother. Thanks for coming.
And I got one more question. I was mentioning, this blab stuff and podcasting to my dentist one week, and she offered to sponsor me, and I'm still trying to figure out. Well, first I asked her, do you want more customers or anything like that? She said, no, I just want to, sponsor you, support you. And now I'm at the point where I'm trying to come back and offer something and not price myself out of her reach, but at the same time, not underprice myself. Do you have any ideas how I should do that?
One, you have to look at how many people are going to hear the message, or is it going to reach? Because that's the value people look at with advertising. Like, how many readers do you have? How many subscribers do you have? And the good fact is that this is someone that already supports and likes you, so you don't have to give her or him gaudy numbers. Obviously, they just want to be there for you. So for something that's a startup, if you have less than 100 or 200 listeners or 300, something like that, you may want to only charge them like $25 a week, $100 a month. That won't hurt anybody that's wanting to support you, and you get a little bit of revenue, and they may get a little bit of return from that type of investment. Anything above that, if you go above $40, $50 a week, then you start talking $200, $250, $300 a month. It's going to start being, okay, well, I'm spending $300 a month. What am I getting? At 100, They're willing to stay while you grow.
How many episodes for that $100 a month? How many times?
How many shows do you do a week?
I'm going to start doing them daily.
Okay. So if you're charging them $100 a month and you're going to be doing 30 shows, no, they cannot get 30 shows. I would say you give them about 25, so 2 shows a week maybe. So so that way you give them eight a month for $100. They feel like they got their money's worth.
In terms of charging, should I go ahead and try to get the lump sum? Because, tax time is almost here, and some businesses might want a good write-off, or should I do it per month basis?
Okay. Now, what you do when you're dealing with that type of pricing, you have to look at, if you want to charge them yearly, then you have to give a discount on the fee to incentivize them buying everything at one time. So, for example, if you're charging $100 a month, that would be $1,200 a year. Usually you'll see like a 25% discount on that. So you knock it down to $800, but that's cutting your throat. So you would have to drive the price up a little bit, but even though you're in the beginning stages, $800 a month, $800 a year, you're not going to eat very well off of that. But if you have 10 of those, that's $8,000. So you have to look at how you price it, because you have to discount them for paying the whole thing.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man.
Hey, no problem, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Take care.
You too. All right. So anybody else have any questions? I see Jamie is still here. Jamie, did you had a question you've been wanting to ask? If you want to come in and jump in and ask your question, Jamie, that is fine.
My question to you,
Hey,
specifically.
Jamie, welcome, brother.
Welcome. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, good.
So my question specifically was, no offense to Blab or its users, but if Blab is not monetizing, is this really the best opportunity or place to grow your business? Obviously, besides the making connections feature and all that, because I've done plenty of that, but if it's not monetizing, is this the place to be?
Well, the one thing I would say to you, and thank you for your question, Jamie. Great question. The one thing I would say, our concern isn't whether Blab is monetizing. Our concern should be, how do you monetize it?
Yeah.
From a business owner perspective, because our business model is not to make Blab money. Our business model is to find a way to put money into our own pocket. Now, this is a great platform in order to engage your audience. So, if you can utilize this and take this and multi-purpose it, that's the key. That's one thing that Blab gives you that a lot of places don't. You can take all of this stuff. They give you the MP3 and the MP4, so you can turn this into a podcast. You can turn this into an educational series on another format for yourself. This is a great place to be able to build content.
But
so,
how do you? Okay, I do my podcast on here. When I have shows, I have them weekly. I usually do them Tuesdays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then on special occasions when I have interviews, I usually like to do them on the weekends because that's when I have more time. So, but my problem is, how do you get? Because I have no problem getting people to explain how to interview on here, but how do you get sponsors to come over here and say, this is my podcast, this is why you should be on this platform, this is why you should sponsor me? How do you get platforms like big brands, not necessarily big brands, but larger brands to come over to a place like Blab? Because this is kind of foreign territory.
I mean, this is very virgin territory, brand new territory. A lot of people don't know about it. So the thing you would have to do, one, is be able to show them the benefit of coming here. What features does it give them? What opportunity does it present them? So you would have to, one, show them numbers, because big brands want numbers. If you're dealing with smaller brands or people that you want to sponsor you, a lot easier. Big brands are going to want numbers. They're going to want to know how many people are there, how many people come to your show. What benefits do I get out of this? How many times is the replay watched? What else are you doing with the video? All those type of things.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
See, what I'm saying is I repurpose the content and post it to my YouTube page, because I have a YouTube page that I plan to build up, and I'll do some like extra features and extra content on YouTube that you won't get over here. But my thing is this place, to be honest, it's growing every day, and we see it's growing. But for right now, the numbers aren't that big. So when dealing with big brands, you notice that a lot of the numbers here are flat at times. There's not a lot of rooms open. There's not a lot of people viewing.
Can I say something to you, Jamie?
Yeah.
Man, dude, first of all, I want to give you big props, man. I love your energy. I've seen you before, man. I'm very proud to see a young man like you stepping up, doing your thing already, not letting age stop you. So first, I want to give you some applause for that. And I'm going to give you you're very welcome, brother. I'm going to give you a harsh business truth, though. It's too early for big brands here. they won't see the benefit yet. They won't see a benefit yet.
Yeah.
It's just too early. Sometimes it's too early, and you have to know when it's too early. So it's just too early right now. You can definitely get some smaller mid-sized companies that will be willing to take the risk. Bigger brands want big return. So it's just that simple.
Yeah, what some of us forget to remember is that this is in beta. We all have trouble with that because this, even though it has its minor technical glitches and sometimes major technical glitches, we see it as this clean platform. So we almost forget to look on the side and see beta.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they are still working out the kinks. They are doing the right thing. They are one of the top 6,000 most visited websites in the United States alone. One of the top 12,000 websites visited in the world. So they are definitely doing the right thing. They are doing it right. It's just not ready for that type of competitive pressure test. Because when those type of brands come, they are looking for certain things, and that's why they themselves, the Blab team, haven't introduced this yet to those types of brands.
Yeah,
you have to, so
I basically look at it like this: they're doing what Google Hangouts got wrong.
That's true. That's very true.
They're doing what Google Hangouts could not do.
Yes, and they are doing it much better and at a much faster rate of repair as well. If something's wrong and people don't like it, they're adjusting weekly. Every week, there's new features, new benefits, new ways that you can use the website, new ways that you can use the content. They make it so you can embed. They make it so that you can take the MP3s. They're doing everything. Connected to Facebook now. Next thing you know, they'll have another way where you can take clips and send it straight to Pinterest and Instagram. They are steadily adjusting and making this thing better. And I can definitely appreciate their hard work and stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah, I think we all can.
So,
well, thanks for answering my question. That really helps. Because I think that advice goes for anywhere. If you want to start a podcast on YouTube, you just gotta get the small things out of the way first. Get interviews lined up. Get people who want to talk to you, and you just gotta get that stuff out of the way first. And then you gotta go to the medium-sized stuff, and then that's when you get the large. So it takes a long time to produce something great.
It does. It takes time to get it where it seems seamless, even though nothing's ever seamless. So it just looks seamless on screen. So that's very true. And Jamie, man, you're destined for great things, my brother. I look forward to seeing what you do in the future, and I will support you at every chance I can. So if you need something, definitely let me know.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, my brother. All right. Anybody else have any other questions? Tonight, we are just talking about how do you take your business to the next level, what strategies you need, what tips you may want or have, or any question that you have in regards to how to take your business to the next level. That is what we're here to do this evening. So, all right, here we go. I've never seen IA Lee, so this is my first time meeting you. Looking forward to it.
Hold on one second. Let me get my cam twist.
Okay, looking forward.
All right, hold on one second. Sorry, I should have been ready.
That's okay. So Lee, while you're getting that ready, I'm figuring your name is Lee.
Yeah.
Lee, where are you calling in from?
Ohio. We talked a couple weeks back.
Oh, I remember you. Yes, I remember. I see you now.
Yep, there we go.
All right, great to see you again, Lee. How are you?
Good. I just got back from a big car show in Vegas. Out there doing my thing. We did a blab out there, and it turned out all right. It was so much so much people out there that the website was kind of slow, but we got it done. We're doing our thing. I'm trying to build this automotive entity on Blab, and I'm going to use it for a podcast on my website.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful. Great plan. Great plan. So you have comments, questions, anything? What are we talking about this evening?
I was just commenting on how I like how you guys are putting information out, man. It's like free information that people really search for, and it's hard to find. And I really appreciate you guys. I try to jump on much as I can, in between jumping through a hole in the wall, but
Hey man, but look, man, it's definitely appreciated. Thank you for being here. I mean, because what you're doing, nobody else is doing here yet.
Yeah. So
that is a great thing, and that is a way for you to cement your niche,
right?
Especially here, So when people come here, they know automatically, when they're talking cars and stuff, look for Lee, and you will be the go-to guy. And I can tell them, and I will say this right on record, that Lee really knows his stuff. I mean, like he said, we chatted a couple of weeks ago, and I never forget a face. That's one thing I love about Blab, because you actually get to put the face with it. And as soon as you see the face, you're like, okay, I remember.
Yep, that's true. That is true. This platform is like wide open, man. I mean, it's going to do some big things for a lot of different businesses and groups. It's just an amazing thing, and I'm glad to see it's growing. Like you said, they added Facebook, and they're always working to get stuff done. I mean, this is going to be great.
Oh yeah, man. The potential for this thing is phenomenal. And if they can continue in the right strides and make sure that in-house is straight. That's important.
Yeah.
Structure, keep the people, make sure the infrastructure is right, all of that type of stuff. And they develop the marketing even more,
right?
And monetize it. This thing can be very special for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Okay, I'll let you get back to your peoples. I just wanted to jump in real quick. And check me out on Wednesday, man. We do our thing Wednesday at 9 on. I have Lou Santiago. He's on Car Fix TV on Velocity.
Oh wow, okay.
So that's my partner, and we do our thing. Talk about anything happening. It's Playing in Traffic is the name of it.
Oh, I like that. Can you do me one favor?
Mm-hmm.
One, repeat that one more time for the people that are listening that may not have heard it, because I was running my big mouth a little bit right at the same time that you were talking. And number two, place a link in the room so that everybody that's here or watches the replay can actually follow the link as well.
Yep. Our show is Wednesday night at 9:00 Eastern, and it's Playing in Traffic, and it's with Lou Santiago from Car Fix TV and myself. And I'm going to add the link. So everybody can check it out. It's all automotive. We're talking from the go-kart all the way up to NASCAR and everything in between. You don't have to be a car person. You can call, jump in and just tell us a car story. Your tire fell off and hit grandma, or whatever the case. It don't have to be just car people. Anybody jump in, and everybody has a car story. They had a hoopty or they had a Benz. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah, 9:00 on Wednesday, every Wednesday. So check us out.
All right.
And I'll add the link over here on the side. I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, and
Lee,
one more thing.
Hey Lee, before you get off, were you at the SEMA show?
Yes, sir.
In
Just got
Vegas?
back yesterday.
That's arguably the world's largest car show. Arguably, I went there, and last time I was there was in 2006, and it took me like 4 days to walk through all the exhibits. Man, it's massive.
It's massive. Over 250,000 people there. Just no public. That was all industry people. And they have 5 buildings that probably hold. They're probably. I can't tell you how big these buildings are. They're massive. And
I'll tell you what, Lee, if you keep doing your thing, you can get in and become one of the speakers for the workshops that they have there. Especially, tie it to your blog, tie it to your podcast and stuff like that. Really build your name like that through the automotive industry.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, we're pretty connected up, and I'm moving towards all those things. A lot of guys from Pimp My Ride, they do my interviews. I'm friends with a lot of different TV shows, and we're just all networking, trying to get it to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. All right, fellas, I appreciate it, and I'll be jumping back in on you, time to time.
Okay, cool. Thank you so
Lee,
much.
I'm following you now, buddy.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna jump back on you. Yep.
Okay. Right. Thanks, Lee. And now I'm getting to meet. I'm so excited because this is like I'm meeting new people tonight. Usually, I'm used to my main crew or the regulars, as they say. And tonight, I'm meeting a lot of new people. And Mr. David
Canigliaro.
Canigliaro. See, I almost had it. I said Arrow instead of Arrow. See, I was close. Very nice to meet you, my good friend.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Yeah. I was on another blab earlier, and we were talking about disruptors. These new disruptor companies that are kind of moving in. I'll give you an example. What I mean by disruptor is if you take a company like when you think of Uber. Uber has literally almost in a couple of years. I was just in Vegas last week, as a matter of fact, and I could not believe this was the first time I've been to Vegas since 2011. When I was in Vegas in 2011, I mean, you would literally see taxi cabs everywhere. This time that I was there, I only saw maybe one or two, and I was on the Strip about 3 days. And I'm thinking Uber is really taking over. And what's interesting, what we mean when we say disruptor companies is, we're talking about like companies. Literally, I mean, when we're talking about the largest transportation company in the world that doesn't own any vehicles, I mean, because people are privately, people that privately own these cars that are Uber drivers,
That's true.
It's just crazy. These disrupt. I was the other day I was looking for a maid service to come and clean the house. So I went online, and there's another disruptor company out there that basically plays the middleman between you and the maid service, and they're nationwide, perhaps internationally. These, and I'll tell you, the social media is really giving way to this. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, I wanted to jump back in on that Uber.
Go ahead.
I just used it the first time the other day out in Vegas. And I was kind of scared because I'm kind of sexy. I didn't know if they was going to throw me in the trunk, take me somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa. Man, I'm telling you, they got a system, man. It's pretty sweet. Once you put your credit card in and all that stuff, you get signed up. It's real easy. And your map on your phone, you hit the button and it finds where you're at, and you just type in where you're going, and they're there. You can see on the map like 5 or 10 different Ubers and who's close, and they'll just come to you, and you see them follow them all the way to your spot.
And it's a far better service than any taxi cab.
Yeah, and cheaper.
They got a bottle of water waiting for you. One guy had a granola bar and a thing waiting for. Yeah, I know. It's great. It's great.
And they have 3 different settings. You can get a hoopty to come pick you up, or you can get a medium nice car to come pick you up, or you can get something real nice. I messed up and hit the nice car, and it was like $30. And the guy was like, "Oh, you should have hit the other one, and you could have got it for 10." So I was like, "All right, next time I know." But it's a pretty good system, man. I mean, as long as they get that little Uber sticker in the window, you kind of,
Well, the thing Uber did is they again did what I was talking to Jamie about. They got the infrastructure right first, then they got the sales system right. Mm-hmm. And once they did that, the marketing really they just started really like pushing marketing on like television and stuff. Before it was just like underground and social media stuff, mm-hmm. and they blew up from that. So, you know, you have, if you nail the inside part and you nail the sales system part, and then you nail the marketing, you're not gonna miss.
Yeah,
You can't.
Sure didn't miss.
Oh no, and if they keep the inside together, right? Because that's the problem. When companies start to grow, they start changing, you know, leadership and things of that nature. And then the new leader comes in and they have a different vision and they want to take the old vision that's been working. No, you got to do it this way. That's why so many companies fire CEOs and then have to rehire them in the end, because somebody comes in and they have a better idea, but that better idea is not the better idea for that company.
Yep.
So causes a lot of turmoil.
The one thing about Uber, where I think they need to really dig in, is with the regulations. Those cabbies are really mad.
And I know.
They're not allowed to go to the airport. And
I know.
So they need to start looking at doing it legit, where they can go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
So my thing now, I'm just meeting David, and I would like David to introduce himself to our audience. We are almost here at the end of our show. Mr. David, can you tell the people who you are and what you do and what makes you so special?
Absolutely nothing. Listen, I'm a CEO. I own two companies. One, I'm also in the automotive sector, and my second business, I'm also a business trainer. I got a ton of YouTube videos and stuff like that out there. But, you know, until I walk into a restaurant and people make a table for me just because they know me, I'm essentially nobody. So I'm gonna keep working on it, keep plugging away, keep grinding until I'm omnipresent. You know.
Awesome. All right. I love the verbiage. Words are my thing. You know, I'm a poet too. So, you know, me and words, we've been playing together since I was in the sandbox. They were my first friends. So, David, you got any comments or anything here just about how to build a business? I mean, you're a business trainer. I'm a business cultivator, coach, however you want to deem it. I call it cultivation. I'm sick. It's here, coach, there, coach, everywhere, coach. So that word has begun to be kind of mundane. So, can you give them your best tip? Or
Sure. I got one of my YouTube videos. I talk about how to become fearless in sales. You know, I believe the only way to become fearless, like absolutely fearless, like especially on the phone. Let's say if you do a lot of phone sales, is you have to believe that whatever you're offering the person that you're selling to is worth 9 to 10 times the amount of money that you're charging for. And so if you absolutely believe that, then asking for X amount of dollars will be nothing, you know, because the value of what you're offering them is so much greater than what they're paying for. And so I start with fearlessness, you know, and try to work from there, because a lot of people are afraid of rejection. The reason they're afraid of rejection is because they really don't believe what they're offering the consumer is they're going to be willing to pay for. So we've got to get over that obstacle first, and then as soon as you get that ball rolling, I think it's pretty easy. Back in 2006, I was making $30,000 a year. 16 months later, I made $247,000, and just by tweaking a few things. So it was a massive jump, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and one of the main massive jumps was a shift in perception, and then a shift in motivation. So if you change in here and then you put in here together with it, anything is possible. You know, we are truly only limited in this life by, you know, what we can imagine and what we can put ourselves into. See, because people always try to leave those separately. Your life is unlimited by whatever you can imagine. That's only half of it. We have plenty of dreamers, not enough visionaries. That's my own personal opinion. So, but right. I just feel that too many people are content with having the dream and not willing to put in the work and go through the pain and go through the sweat and keep going even when it's not working, and be willing to fail horribly and then turn it around and make it a success. Because almost anybody that you know, myself, David, Lee, that has built anything that has had longevity, Oh, believe me, it's failed.
Oh, yeah.
It's failed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but the ability to adapt, change, and become relevant, and even more relevant than you were, is what makes a great business leader. That's how you know you have the right people at the helm.
Yep.
My own personal opinion. So,
I think you'll appreciate this quote. Maybe you've heard it by the late Jim Rome. He used to say, a lot of people think that their personal income is determined by the economy. If the economy's doing well, then you're doing well. If the economy's doing poorly, then so are you. But Jim Rome used to say, you know, your income is not determined by the economy. Your income is always determined by your philosophy. And you can make money in any economy. I mean, you have people in third world countries that still make millions of dollars. And so, I mean, so you got a handful. You got a handful, and there are people that make money in any economy. So, it really comes down to the philosophy. You know, my grandmother used to say about in terms of climbing the corporate ladder. She was a great entrepreneur. She owned half of Century 21 in Ohio. She was just a tremendous sales lady. And she used to say to me, you know, Dave, you don't want to climb someone else's corporate ladder. She goes, why not create your own ladder and have others climb that for you? You know, that's what she used to say.
Yep.
Yeah, tremendous advice. You know?
absolutely. My thing always is, you know, people tell you that, you know, that you got to lean your ladder, you know, climb the corporate ladder. The problem is, what if the ladder's on the wrong building? And a lot of times, that becomes the problem. So be careful where you put your ladder, people.
Yeah. And if you climb somebody else's ladder, you hit the ceiling. You know,
Yeah.
you only go so far on somebody else's ladder.
That's true. So I'm going to wrap the recording up, and we're going to have what we call the after show here, as always. I do have two great gentlemen. Great to see Lee again. Great to meet David. So once again, I will let you guys please tell the people how they can find you. If you have a blab going on or a podcast or something that you want the people to listen to, please let people know how they can reach you guys. We'll start with Lee, and then we'll do David, and we'll close off the show.
Okay. You can find us on Wednesday night at 9:00 Eastern. Playing in Traffic is the name of the show. And you can check out the website at allendsmag.com. Thank you for having us on.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Lee. David, tell the good people how they can find you.
Let me see that.
Yeah, you can say it. So just in case they're listening to audio.
DavidCanigliaro.com. You can also YouTube David Canigliaro as well, and that's CON as in Nancy, IGLIARO. I know that's easier said than, but DavidCanigliaro.com, and also a YouTube channel. Got a ton of videos on there. Got a lot of training videos on there as well. Like if you get stuck in business, we talk about how to get a customer from 0% interested to 100% interested in whatever you're selling, and then we talk about keeping your customers addicted to you and your company. You know, a lot of some good stuff on there, good resources.
Awesome. And go ahead.
No. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem, man. Glad to have you. And I am the shy guy with a big mouth, Gerald DuBose. If you would like to get in touch with me, you can find me on Twitter at Gerald D NWO, all one word. Gerald and the letter D NWO at Gerald D NWO on Twitter. If you'd like to find me in the other space that we like to call cyber, the website would be thenewwealthorder.com. That's thenewwealthorder.com. And until Wednesday, people, remember, we choose what type of life we have by the choices that we make. And I hope that you all choose to be exceptional. I will see you all on Wednesday evening for another great o'clock.